Hello, I'm Tom Borrelli, the head wrestling coach at Central Michigan University. We're going to go over what I call a leg slip series, how to counter legs once they're in. And I have two young men that are going to help me. I'm going to talk them through the techniques, and they're going to help me, two wrestlers on our team. Over the years, we've noticed in our program that once a guy gets legs in, it's very hard to get away. And so we've developed over time and picking it up along the way from different coaches, a philosophy of once a guy gets legs in, what to do to counter the legs. And most of the time in these situations, we're wrestling for reversals. We're not wrestling for escapes. So we're going to try to keep the guy on the mat. It takes a little time. It's not a speed move, it's more of a position thing. And we're going to keep the guy on the mat and reverse him and try to get back points from that reversal. I'd like to introduce the two young men, two student athletes that are going to be helping us. First is Connor Beebe. Connor's from the Chicago area, Western Springs, Illinois, and he was a four-time state champion in high school and also a four-time national qualifier here at Central Michigan University. And second is Scotty Sentes. Scotty's from Fort Myers, Florida. He also was a four-time state champion in high school, and he's been a two-time national qualifier here at Central Michigan University. Okay, the first thing we want to go over is, turn sideways, this way, is how a guy rides legs. There's, I believe, two ways to ride legs. There's what we call a short leg with a hug ride, and we're going to work on countering that technique. But there's also a deep leg, what we call a cross-body ride. And both of those things are a little bit different as far as some guys will ride a short leg, some guys will ride a deep leg. And you have to be able to read what type of legs the guy's in and then counter that technique depending on how he's going to try to ride you. So let's go over that first. Connor, why don't you get on top? Okay, put a short leg in. This is a short leg. Connor has... his leg is not wrapped around this shin, okay? It's just in his crotch with his feet together, all right? And with his upper body, he's underneath the guy's arms, okay? He's hugging his chest underneath his arms, or he might be over the top trying to get a power half in, okay? That's called a short leg, okay? When a guy's riding that, you're going to do something a little bit different than if he's riding a deep leg where he puts his leg in real long and wraps his shoelaces around the lower part of the guy's shin, and then his arm is across his body, and a lot of times he's trying to take this arm out. That's a deep leg or a cross-body ride. Okay, you want to turn around the other way, Connor, and show them both of those things so you can see your legs. Okay, put a short leg in first. Short leg, okay, he's just got his leg in and his feet hooked together. He's riding pretty high up on the guy's back, and he's underneath his arms either with a power half or hugging his body underneath both arms. Okay? Now a deep leg, he puts his leg all the way in, laces the shin. Okay? His upper body is across, and he's trying to control the guy's far arm with a cross-body ride. Deep leg, cross-body ride. Okay, Scotty's going to put a short leg in with a power half, all right? The first motion we want to teach our guys is how to get this guy high, okay? How to get his hips forward so the bottom guy can get the guy to fall off his shoulders. So the first thing Connor's going to do is he's going to raise his hips up a little bit and swisher his hips so that Scotty starts falling forward a little bit. Okay, do that, Connor. Just give him a little hip twist. Okay, notice how Scotty's falling off his hip and falling over his shoulders a little bit. You have to get that motion down, okay? Do that again, Connor. Swisher his hips and get the guy high, all right? Once you get him high, you want to bow your back like a cat, stretching his spine, all right? And then you're going to do what we call a swim technique. His inside arm's going to come through, and his outside arm's going to go over like swimming to get the guy to fall off the top of you. Okay, we call that swimming out. It's a very, very important motion. As we go along here, you'll see how many times that type of basic motion is used to complete the techniques. One more time. Okay, short leg, power half on the far side. Okay, Connor's going to swisher his hips so that the top man's beginning to fall off. And then he's going to swim with his arms, one arm inside, the other arm towards the head. And as the guy falls off his shoulders, he drops his butt and pulls his head out. Okay, turn the other way, Connor, this time. All right, Scotty's in a short leg with a power half. Connor's going to get his hips in the air a little bit to get the guy moving forward. Then he's going to swim with his arms, inside with his inside arm. As the guy slides off his shoulders, he's going to drop his hips back, pull his head out, now finish in a Turk. Finishing with back points. Okay. Most of these techniques we want to try to get a reversal and then score again with back points. One more time. Hold on to him pretty good, Scotty. Go.
Go full speed?
Yeah. There you go. Okay, that's a basic technique that we work on before we start working on our leg slip series. We'll do 10, 15 of those to each side every time we're working on getting out of legs in practice. Okay, it's real important that you learn how to get the guy high and then what to do with your arms. This inside arm's coming through, the outside arm's going over your head. Now, the next technique we're going to work on when the guy simply has a short leg and a hug ride, so he's underneath both arms. Okay? All right. We're going to put the guy on his hip to get him high a little bit, because right now, if we got him high and swam, he wouldn't fall off our shoulders. Do that, Connor. He doesn't fall off your shoulders when he's in that hug ride, okay? Because he doesn't have a power half. He's underneath both arms, and when we try to swim, nothing happens. He stands up in the same place. Do it one more time, Connor. Okay, we can't get him off of us because he's not in a power half. He's underneath both arms. So it's real important when we put the guy on his hip to get him high that we seal the power half side. We want to seal the power half side. Go ahead, Connor. Okay? That's a very important part of any leg slip series. Before we put the guy on his hip, we want to be sealed on the power half side, if at all possible. All right, do that one more time. So he's got a hug ride. We're always going to seal the far side, the side opposite of the leg that he has in. We're going to reach across, grab his hands, pull that down, and get a real good seal right tight to our hip on that side, on the power half side, the side away from the leg that's in. All right, from there, we're going to put the guy on his hip and scoot back. Put the guy on our hip and scoot back. All right? That's the first thing we want to do if a guy's riding a hug ride, okay? All right, he's got a short leg in, and he's hugging underneath both arms, okay? Connor's going to reach across, peel the hand, and get inside with his elbow, inside. Now from there, he's going to start putting the guy high by kind of doing a little sit out and then backing up. Sit out and back up. Notice how he's keeping his chest low, and he's backing up to try to get this armpit next to the guy's thigh. Okay, seal the far side. Put the guy on his hip, chest low, hips back. Okay? All right, that's good. Now, what's the top guy going to do a lot of times? We're going to counter what the top guy does once we put him on his hip. All right? So Scotty's going to put a short leg in, face the camera. Okay. Scotty's going to put a short leg in, hug ride. He's underneath both arms. We're going to seal the far side, sit the back, scoot back. Now, a lot of times, the top guy is going to try to cross face you back to the other side. He's going to try to take you that way. All right? Okay. Not too often in college, but a lot of times in high school, the guy will take that arm out of there and cross face and try to whip you across. All right? When you feel that, it's real important that you stay in a ball and you keep your chest low. All right? As he's trying to cross face you, Connor's going to catch his wrist with both hands, okay, and straighten it out. Straightens the wrist out. He caught it with both hands. He straightens it out. Now he's going to drop his head under that armpit. Drop his head under the armpit and put the guy on his shoulder. Bring his hips up. Now again, drop his butt. Head comes out. We're in Turk. Okay? Do that again. Face this way this time, Scotty. Face me. Hold on to him a little more when you cross face him. Try to stay tight with him. All right? Cross wrist, seal. Drop him to his hip. Here comes a cross face. Keep your head low. You know it's coming, especially if he brings this arm from underneath here. You know a cross face is coming. Drop your head, tuck your head, and catch. Catch the wrist, both hands on it. Pull it straight. Okay? Head to the mat. Hips back. Head out. Now you're in a Turk. All right? Seal. Sit. Here comes the cross face. He catches it, straightens it out, drops his head right under the armpit, drops his head right under the armpit. Okay, comes to a tripod, scissors his legs, drops his butt, pulls his head out the hole, ends up in a Turk. Once Connor seals on the far side and puts the guy on his hip and scoots his hips down, okay, and Scotty cross faces him, okay, Connor's catching this and straightening it out with both hands, dropping his head. Now, he's not worried about the guy coming underneath here. The guy comes underneath here, he's going to scissor his legs, go to like a shrug position. He's going to be up on his head. Now, all he's got to do is drop his hips back and pop his head out. Okay, he's going to put the guy on his back. All right? Okay, so that's the first thing we want to counter is that cross face coming back across. We want to catch that wrist. Okay? If the guy doesn't cross face you, if he stays under your arm, okay? Again, before we go to our hip, we're going to always seal the far side. Okay? Cross wrist it, pull it down and seal it. Now, the guy stays under this arm. What he's trying to do is what we call reroute you. He's trying to bring you to the other side and front headlock you. Okay? Trying to reroute you if he's staying under that arm. He's going to keep his chest real close to your back, stay under this arm, elevate with his legs, pull you across, and put you on your back. Okay? We have to counter that. Okay? If he's coming to a cross face, we know what to do. If he's staying under this arm, okay, we're going to keep this good seal over here, and we're going to beat this hand. Now we're going to scoot down and drop in between his legs. Yep. Right there. Drop in between his legs. Now we're in a high crotch situation. We're going to finish from a head outside single or a high crotch. Go ahead and finish, Connor. Right there. All right? Let's do that again. All right. Connor did two things there that I have to emphasize. Scotty's got a hug ride, cross wrist and seal. Put him on his hip. All right. Notice again, we're staying real low. If our chest comes up high, it's real easy for him to reroute us. Okay? So we have to stay real low. All right? Now, we're going to seal the other side. Seal the other side. Once we seal the other side, a lot of times the guy will have his feet hooked here. We have to use our foot to kick that out and slide down. Slide down. All right? Post the knee. Arm comes inside. Now we're thinking high crotch. Go ahead, Connor. There you go. Very good. All right. Cross wrist. Seal. Drop him to his hip. Slide down. Slide down. All right. Now, he's not coming to a cross face, so we have to beat this underhook here. We don't want to get rerouted to the other side. Gets inside this one. Now works on his feet. Pushes his feet down, slides down. Notice how he's pushing the knee out here with his other hand. Pushing the knee out. This arm's going to drop inside. It's going to go to a high crotch situation. Drop to the ankle. Pull it up on the hip. Come up. Now he can get his double leg and wrestle for back points. Cross wrist, seal. Drop him to his hip. Seal the other side. All right. Beat his feet. See how he kicked that off? Push the knee out. Inside arm in. Drop to this ankle, pick it up. Now slide this knee up his butt so he can't scoot on you. Okay, that's real important too. He's going to wedge that knee up his butt so he can't scoot around behind. One more time, go through the whole technique. You do it on your own, Connor. Good, very good. All right, end up in a double leg. That should be a reversal with back points. A lot of times guys are real good at riding in here, all right, and we can't kick this foot off. We can't kick that foot off. It's real important to be able to kick that foot off, to be able to slide down and get your arm inside if you're going to go to a high crotch finish, okay? If we can't kick that foot off, then we want to get it. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to try to kick it off. He won't let us kick it off. We're going to bring this foot around, lift it up so we can catch it with our hands. Okay? Now we're going to switch hands on it. Just like that. Okay? Switch hands on it. So we're going to lift it up, catch it, switch hands on it. Notice when he pulls it up, his hands turn this way. All right? We want to keep this seal. We don't want a power half coming in there on us. Pulls it up. Now this hand comes across and grabs it so we can turn our hand over and catch it with our palm turned out. That makes it a lot stronger for us to get rid of it. With our palm turned out, we can extend it and get it out of there. That's what we want to do, is extend it and get it out of there. Also, when we switch hands on this, go back the other way. We pull it up, switch hands on it. That puts our elbow right where we want it. We want our elbow inside his knee. Inside his knee right there. Okay, so now we've got a real strong grip on his foot with our palm turned out once we switched hand on it, and our elbow's in the right position. Okay, we're going to turn to that shrug position again, where we're on our head and our feet, and come out the back. Okay, for 2 points. Seal the far side, set him on his hip. Now we're going to attack his feet. We can't get his feet unhooked, so we're going to pull it up and grab it. Pull it in, switch hands on it. Notice how his elbow came inside the knee, okay, and then this hand turns out. All right, now we just take this over our head and rotate this arm through. Once we get to our tripod position, we come out between his legs. Try to focus on the key points here. This is the technique that you'll probably use the more often on a higher level kid. All right, because he's not going to let you unhook his feet. All right, and he's going to hug your chest, his chest to your back really tight. Okay. We're trying to get his feet unhooked. We can't get his feet unhooked. We pull it up and catch it. All right, switch hands on it. Okay, notice his elbow's inside. He turns his palm out. All right, when he switches hands on it. All right, now this arm's going to rotate between his legs as he goes to his head and brings his hips up and push out the back. All right. Okay? All right. Sometimes even when you get there, the guy will still cling to you. You'll wrestle a real clingy guy like Scotty here. He's real clingy. All right? Sometimes you can't come out the back, but you can flip his leg off and use a swim technique like we started with. Okay? That's what I mean. All right? Seal the far side. Put him on a hip. Attack his feet. Can't get him up. Switch hands. Good, elbow inside. Now, as he comes around, he's not going to be able to get that leg out. All right, go around to your tripod. Okay? He can't get out. We're going to throw this leg off, drop our hips, and swim out. There's your swim technique. It's real important.
Slower.
Yeah, a little bit slower. He tosses the foot off and swims and pulls his head out the hole. And we're going to end up in a Turk here. Throw the leg off, drop your hips, head comes out, you're in a Turk. Okay, hold on to him a little better, Scotty. If you can't come out the back, get rid of the leg and swim. Switch hands, elbow inside, come to your tripod. Can't get out the back, the guy's still holding on to him. Maybe the guy goes under this arm, still holding on to him. He's going to ditch this leg, throw it off. Now he's going to swim, drop pull his head out. Okay? Even if the guy goes to a power half in there, you don't have to worry. Okay? All right? Seal, drop down, attack the feet, switch hands, make sure your elbow's inside, palm out. Even if the guy goes to a power half right now because he got inside our seal, he starts taking you on a power half, all Connor has to do is get to his head, ditch the leg, and swim. And he's back in a Turk. Good. Very good. That's both of them. The last thing we're going to do here is probably the hardest thing to counter. Okay? We can't get our seal on this side because the guy has a power half. Time's running down in the period, and we need to get away. All right? Normally, we don't want to put the guy on our hip without having a seal on the far side because we're worried about him power halfing us to our back. Put him on his hip, Scotty. We don't want that to happen right there. Normally, we wouldn't do that. All right? We'd always seal this side before we put the guy on his hip, okay? One way to seal this side is to drop your shoulder to the mat and look away so that you try to bounce his head off the mat, okay? A lot of times he'll let go, okay, and then you can get your seal. All right, do that again, Scotty. Okay, he's got a power half. You're trying to, you want to get a seal over here. You want to get inside these hands before you put him on his hip. Okay, if we don't do that and we put him on his hip and he's real good with that power half, he's going to probably crank you to your back. All right? So one way to beat that is try to bounce his head off the mat. Okay, you're going to look away, take this arm down. There's his head going to the mat. Probably going to let go, and you can get your seal. And then put him on his hip and begin to work. All right? That's normally what we're going to do. Okay? Or from here, if we can't beat this power half, we're probably just going to wrestle for a stalemate from there. Just base out and try to wrestle for a stalemate. All right? If we can't beat that. But let's say we're down by a point, time's running down in the period, and we have to get away. Okay? Or he's going to get riding time or something like that. If you wrestle in college. All right? We're going to go ahead and put him on his hip without getting a seal. Okay, but we got to keep a real good post here. We can't let him drive us forward. If he drives us forward and beats that post, he's going to get back points. All right? So we have to keep our hips low, slide back, keep that post. All right? Now, we're going to beat his feet again. Break the lock, take the foot, and put it on the mat. Okay? Now, we're going to try to hold it with this hand, bring our hips up, and step all the way over. Now we're going to have an opportunity to get back points on him. Okay? The whole key to this is not getting taken forward in that power half and beating his feet and then taking his leg out and putting it on the mat. All right? So we put him on the mat. Keep a good post here. Stay high. Keep your chest low. All right? Beat his feet. Take the inside foot. Put it on the mat. All right? Now, get your hips to the far side. Cast your hips over. Inside leg first. All right? So this is if you can't beat the power half and time's running down. All right? Can't seal the far side, time's running down. Now you got to realize as soon as you put him on his hip, he's going to try to drive you forward. You got to keep your chest low. Okay? Now beat his feet. Take the leg that he has in, take it out, put it on the mat. Now, get your hips up, inside leg over first. Inside leg over first. There you go. Beat his feet, take the foot, put it on the mat, hips up. Good. Good. Okay. The second part of that is if you can't get your hips up. He's hugging you real hard with his hips. All right? All right? We put him on his hip. We keep a post so he can't drive us forward. Slide down a little bit more. All right? Now attack his feet, break his lock, put the foot on the mat, Now I can't get my hips up. He's crowding me with that knee. I can't get my hips up. I'm going to switch hands on this leg and go to the far side. So this hand's going to come inside, elbow inside. That knee's going to push, and we're going to get our hips off on the other side and end up in a roll. Either a Granby finish or Peterson finish where you're around the waist. One of the two. Okay. All right. So maybe we can't get our hips up to step over. All right. Attack his feet. Take the leg out. Now we're going to bring our outside arm inside, and we're going to take our hips the other side. Keep walking, keep walking, keep walking until your hips come out, end up in a roll. It's real important that you use your hands here. Once you get his foot on the mat, I'm going to switch hands here. Now he's going to try to take you this way. You got to get your hips to the other side. Get your hips to the other side. There you go. One thing Scotty's doing well here is as his hips are going to the other side, he's pushing that knee out, but he's also reaching for the foot underneath. If you'll notice. Okay. As he breaks his feet, he gets the leg out. Okay. Gets this arm inside. He's pushing this knee down. As he comes across, that hand is reaching for that foot so he can pull it up. Now he's in a roll situation. All right, we should be able to get 5 from there. One more time, Scotty. It's important that you learn how to use your hands here to loosen his hips up. Very good. Sometimes another situation that you'll get in, most of this stuff works whether it's a power half or a front headlock, but some guys will go to a front headlock. Once we seal, okay, and put him on his hip, they're going to front headlock you from right here. All right. Again, we still have to attack his feet or break his feet to get down low. Okay. All right. Now, it's probably going to be hard for you to get your arm inside here when he's got that front headlock, and it's going to be hard to seal on this side. So from here, I have to attack his foot and bring it out. Bring his foot out. Now maybe I can get my hips up and do the same type of thing. Okay, now he's in trouble. All right? Okay, you do that, Scotty. You do that from the bottom. So let's say once I seal, he front headlocks me. Okay? I got to attack his feet. Remember, he's trying to bring you this way, so you got to keep your chest low. Now once I get his foot out of there, I can get my hips up, step over. All right? You might get caught in that situation there. A guy's front headlocking you from there. Good. This situation will work from a power half or a front headlock. There you go. Okay. Good. Good. Okay, if the guy front headlocks the near side, we just went over that. If he front headlocks the far side, Scotty's going to show you this. He's got a hug ride, and he's going to front headlock this side. All right. Now, on this one, we still have to beat his feet so we can get our hips down. Okay. Push the knee. Okay. Get your arm inside. Now you're going to go to your high crotch finish. Now, once you get here, you're going to let go of the leg, punch your hand to the mat, pull your head out. And you're going to be in a Turk situation. All right? So if he front headlocks the far side, we're going to think head outside single, high crotch finish. We got to beat his feet, slide down, push the knee out, arm inside, pull the leg up. Okay, now notice how Connor's stepping way around so he can pinch this leg here. He's pinching it with his knee so that now he can let go, but the guy can't scoot. The guy can't scoot around him because his leg's caught in there. All right? Now he punches this hand to the mat as he lets go, drops his hips, his head comes out. Goes back to that swim technique that we showed at the beginning. Same swimming action. All right. One more time. He front headlocks us. We got to get away. Beat his feet. Slide your hips down. Push the knee out. Elbow inside. Leg up. Swim. Okay, that concludes what we do when a guy has a short leg in a hug ride or a power half or a front headlock from a short leg situation. Now we'll go over some deep leg counters. All right. Again, Scotty's going to put a deep leg in and get to a cross body ride. Okay, deep legs like this. All right. That's what we call a deep leg, where the leg's all the way in and wrapped around the shin. All right. We're going to free leg over from here. We call this a free leg over. We're going to raise our hips up just enough. All right. We're not going to stop here too long, but we're just going to raise our hips up enough so he starts getting a little high. Then we're going to kick the free leg over like we're shoulder rolling and kick. Kick. Okay. Come out. We call that a free leg over. All right. Hold on to him pretty good. The better the guy holds on to you, actually the better this works. So now, and he's riding a true cross body ride. So he's coming across your body and trying to attack this arm. Okay. Trying to get a guillotine. All right. The first thing we're going to do is raise our hips up. Now, we're going to shoulder roll just like this arm's going to go underneath. The free leg's going to go over to the far side. And as we're going over, we have to extend this leg really hard to get it out of there. And you're going to turn towards his head and end up with back points. Probably in a headlock situation. Okay, do it a little quicker this time. We call this a free leg over. Good. Good. Okay, I want to just show you this. All right, the reason a guy has to have a deep leg in for this to work is put a short leg in. Now, watch what happens when we try this when a guy has a short leg in. He'll just follow us. Go ahead. Go ahead. Just stay a short leg. Okay, he just follows you. All right, do that again. Scotty has a short leg in and a hug ride. Okay, and Connor's going to try to hit this same free leg over. Watch what happens. He just follows us. All right, now Scotty's going to put a deep leg in with a cross body ride, and watch what happens. Okay, try to follow him this time, Scotty, when you have your deep leg in. Yeah. Always take your free leg over. So the leg on the opposite side, he has a leg in. That's your free leg. That goes over. Try to hold on to him. Try to follow him, Scotty. Okay. That's the difference. That's why you have to read the type of leg that the guy's riding. All right. You wouldn't do a free leg over if a guy has a short leg and a hug ride. Okay. As you raise your hips up, a lot of times he's going to go for a banana split. Just go this way, Scotty. No, like this. Just like that. There you go. Okay. A lot of times he's going to reach for that split. Before he gets settled in real good, take off with your free leg over, and you should be able to kick out of it. Okay? Same thing if the guy is going to your far ankle. Okay? When he gets a deep leg in and a cross body ride, if he's reaching for your far ankle, you still should be able to raise up and kick free. Okay? Just straighten your leg out, free leg over. Grab his ankle. Bring your hips up, go. All right. You have to go pretty quick, though. Do it one more time. Don't raise your hips up quite as high. Just a little bit and then go. Right. Just get a little bit of height and go. Good. That's it. So you don't want to raise your hips up and pause too long. You just want to get a little height so that you can get some momentum and go. All right. This is what we call an ankle switch. Okay. The guy's riding a deep leg. What we're trying to do is get his hips a little high so he has to post this foot to keep himself from falling off. He's going to post that foot to keep his hips up. So you're going to swisher him, that foot comes around. He's trying to keep his hips back up. When you can catch that foot, catch it with your inside arm. You might want to drop your head a little bit to do this. Then you're going to sit out. As you sit out, switch hands on the foot, bring your hips up, and you're going to have legs in on him. Okay, we call that an ankle switch. Again, you swisher your hips. This only works when a guy has a deep leg in. Swisher your hips so he has to post his foot to keep his hips from falling off. All right, grab, pick it up, sit through, switch hands on it. Now bring your hips around. You've got legs in on him. Swisher, get him to step that foot around, grab the foot. Drop your head, grab the foot. All right, sit through. Switch hands, bring your hips around. You have legs in on him. Sometimes this will work in freestyle if the guy's off to the side trying to get a gut wrench lock on you. If you can catch his foot, pull it up, and sit. There you go. It's kind of we call that an ankle switch. All right. Do it one more time. Even if you're building a base off a takedown, a guy's taking you down, and you're starting to build a base, and he brings his feet around, there you go. Grab it, pick it up, sit through. Switch hands on it. The last thing we're going to work on here is how to build your base if a guy has you flattened out with legs in. All right? Okay, we're going to get right to our leg slip series from this situation right here. He's flattened out, and the guy has legs in. All right? Connor's going to reach back with his arm on the same side the guy has the leg in on. He's going to reach back and control that knee. He's going to control that knee and push it underneath and work back to his sit-out position. Okay? We're right in our leg slip situation. Okay? Where we can seal. We've got a good seal. Okay? We're working one of the finishes to our leg slip, depending on the defense he's got, or the offense. Okay? All right? So let's say the guy's got you broken down. He's got legs in, and he's trying to turk you across to the far side. All right? He's trying to do that to you. Okay? All right? I'm going to post my outside knee up a little bit. Reach with this hand, control his knee, push it under, and sit through. Now I'm in a seal position. I got to seal this side, okay, and begin my leg slip series. All right? The object for this guy, the top guy, is to keep this knee off the mat. Okay? The object for the bottom guy is to get his knee to the mat and get this guy to his hip. Sometimes you got to use your hand to help you do that. Look how Connor reaches back, grabs his knee, pushes his knee under, and sits that through so he puts him on his hip. All right, now we're in our leg slip situation. Okay, the other situation to build a base when a guy has legs in is if he has double legs in. Okay, if the guy has double legs in, we're going to work two legs. Connor's going to put two legs over one of his legs. And normally, okay, get back in there, Connor. Normally, the guy has one leg in a little deeper than the other. Okay, you want to try to put both legs over his deep leg. Scotty's got this one in a little deeper than that one. So Connor's going to bring two legs over the deep leg. Now he's going to work back till he gets to his leg slip situation. Okay? A lot of times that's hard for guys to get up to their base from there. All right? You can finish the leg slip situation in a second, Connor. All right? He's got two legs in. He's arching pretty good. Okay? Now, Scotty's left leg is in deeper than his right leg. So I want to put two legs over the deep leg. Now, I'm going to work back by sitting my leg through until I'm in a leg slip situation. Now I can work my leg slip. Okay, good. Good. All right. Finish that situation this time, Connor, by posting your hand, pulling out, so you end up in a Turk. You know what I'm talking about? Swimming out. There you go. There you go. Good. All right, that concludes our leg slip series. A couple things that are very important from a coaching standpoint is, again, this is not a speed type of thing. This is a position type of thing. Your athletes have to learn how to do this, so you have to put them in these different situations, different scenarios over and over again, and allow them to wrestle in there for 45 seconds, 1 minute goes. I know from a college coaching standpoint, riding time's running. So sometimes you get panicked because it might take a guy 45 seconds to reverse the guy. But if he does reverse the guy, he's going to be in a situation where if he's good at these techniques, he's going to have an opportunity to get his riding time back. There's that much time left in the period, and get back points. All right? And the back points are really important. So that's why we try to finish each one of these situations with the guy on his back. The other thing that's important is when you put your guys in these situations, especially as you're beginning to teach these situations, have the top guy go about 80%. Okay, the bottom guy is going full speed trying to learn the leg slip series, depending on the situation. The top guy's only going about 80%. Then as the season goes on, you can turn the top guy loose and just go full speed. All right. One other important point is if you get really, really good at this series, guys won't try to ride you. They'll let you go. And you know, we've had guys on our team that got so good at this, and our assistant coaches got so good at this, that they would almost rather force a guy to put a leg in so they could reverse him and reverse him to his back. And by that I mean, we've had guys in here that were so good at this leg slip series that from the bottom, they would start doing things like this. The guy would start riding them, and they would start lifting their leg up and stepping over the guy so they can get to this position. Okay? They would almost, what we would call, do a baseball slide. They would hit this hip and start doing this so they could get the guy to put a leg in, and now they put him in this situation here, and they're ready to wrestle. So they can get a reversal and back points. I hope that you'll be able to use this series or incorporate this series into your techniques in your wrestling room and in your programs. We have had guys that weren't great on their feet be very, very successful college wrestlers by learning how to incorporate these techniques into their wrestling so that they could get reversals, get back points, and get pins.